The Journey of Dreams. I'm an old man now. My hair is white and my hands are slow. I sit in my chair every day and watch the sun go down. Life is quiet and calm, but my mind goes back to the past. When I was young, I was full of energy. I could run fast, climb trees and laugh all day. The world felt big and full of dreams. I had many hopes and many plans. I remember my small village. The houses were made of wood and the streets were narrow. Children played in the fields and people worked together. Life was simple, but it was warm and happy. In those days I felt strong. I believed nothing could stop me. I thought youth would last forever. But time moves fast, and years pass quickly. I did not know how short youth can be. One night I sat with my friends under the stars. We talked about the future. We said we would travel, we would see the world, and we would never grow old. Our hearts were light, and we believed in endless days. The mornings in my village were fresh and bright. The sun rose slowly over the hills, and the air was cool. Birds sang in the trees, and the sound of water came from the river. Every day felt new and full of life. I woke up early with my father. He was a farmer. His hands were strong and his face was brown from the sun. We went to the fields together. He taught me how to work, how to plant seeds, and how to care for the land. My mother stayed at home. She cooked bread, washed clothes, and sang simple songs. Her voice was soft, and it made the house feel safe. I can still hear her singing when I close my eyes. I also had many friends. We ran in the fields, played in the river, and climbed tall trees. We laughed until the sun went down. We had no worries, no heavy thoughts. Life was only play and joy. But deep inside, I always dreamed of more. I wanted to see the world outside the village. I wanted to know new places and meet new people. I wanted to live a big life, not just a small one. One summer, I turned 16. I felt strong, tall, and ready for the world. My heart was full of dreams, and my eyes were full of light. I thought nothing could stop me. I often sat by the river, looking at the water. It moved fast, never staying still. I told myself, life is like the river. I must move forward. I must go far. Those thoughts stayed with me. My best friend was Daniel. He was the same age as me. We talked for hours about our plans. He wanted to be a teacher. I wanted to be a traveller. We promised each other we would chase our dreams. In the evenings, we played music in the village square. Someone had a guitar, someone had a drum. People gathered, clapped and sang. The night was full of voices, and the stars shone bright. I thought those days would last forever. But nothing in life stays the same. Slowly, change began to come. At first it was small, like a shadow. Then it grew bigger, and it touched all of us. The change began with strangers. They came to our village and spoke of work in the city. They said the city was full of money, full of light, and full of chances. Their words were sweet, and many young men listened. Daniel looked at me with bright eyes. "We should go," he said. "We are young. The city will give us a future." I felt fear, but also excitement. I wanted to see more than the fields and the river. I spoke with my father. He shook his head. "The city is not like the village. It is hard and cold. Stay here. The land will feed you, and family will keep you safe." His words were heavy, but my heart was restless. At night, I lay awake in my bed. I thought of tall buildings, big roads, and people everywhere. I thought of new faces, new voices, and new dreams. Sleep did not come easily. One morning I made my choice. I told Daniel, "I will go with you." He smiled wide and clapped my shoulder. That day my journey began, and my life started to change forever. We left the village early in the morning. The sun was just rising, and the fields were still wet with dew. My mother cried as she gave me bread for the road. My father stood silent, his eyes dark and worried. I hugged them both, then walked away with Daniel. The road to the city was long. We walked for hours, then days. Sometimes we slept under the stars, sometimes in small barns when farmers allowed us. We ate little, but we had each other. We laughed to hide our fear, and we told stories to keep our hope alive. At last we saw the city. It was huge. The houses were tall, and the streets were full of noise. People rushed past us, and no one stopped to smile. Carts and cars moved fast, and smoke filled the air. It was nothing like our quiet village. At first we were excited. Everything looked new and strange. We tried to find work. Daniel found a job in a small school, helping children to read. He was happy. I looked for work too, but it was not easy. The city was full of men stronger and older than me. I worked where I could. Some days I carried heavy bags, other days I cleaned streets. My hands grew tired and my back ached. Still, I told myself, this is the start. One day I will see the world. I kept my dream alive, even when life was hard. Nights in the city were cold. I missed the warm fire of home, and I missed my mother's voice. I missed the fields, the stars, and the sound of the river. But I did not return. I told myself I must move forward like the river that never stops. Years passed in the city. I grew stronger, older, and wiser. I learned many things, met many people, and faced many challenges. Some days were happy, and some days were very sad, but every day taught me something new. Daniel became a teacher. He smiled every morning and loved his work. I watched him and felt proud. We remembered our village often, and sometimes we laughed at our young dreams. We had changed, but our friendship stayed strong. I never forgot the village or my family. Their faces lived in my heart. I thought about the river, the hills, and the stars. Sometimes I dreamed of going back, just to feel the quiet and the sun again. Now I am old. I tell my story to anyone who will listen. I tell it slowly, with simple words, because life is simple if we remember love, hope, and friendship. I want young people to know dreams are important, but home and heart are even more important. Sitting here, I see the sun go down. The light is soft and the world is quiet. I smile because I have lived a long life. I have seen the world, chased my dreams, and kept my memories. Life is short, but it is beautiful, and I am grateful.